else could be done?
Okay, mics are on.
Mic's on.
We're live. We've got the nod from the producer. Okay, let's go. Good afternoon, everyone. Scott Lackman, Principal and Licensee of Richardson Wrench Caboolture, and Karen George, Property Management Director of Richardson Wrench Caboolture, and as our viewers may or may not know, brother and sister, and directors of Richardson Wrench family business since 1994 on Morayfield Road, Caboolture. We did an update 15th of April, a real estate market update for specifically Queensland, sales and rental information related. Fast forward 4 weeks, you couldn't believe it's been 4 weeks, but today here we are with a bit of a refresh and an update because there has been some changes. So let's get into it. Thanks for the people that are watching live at the moment. We can see a few of you there, and a couple of fellow agents from other agencies, so that puts a bit of pressure on. They're checking out what the opposition's saying, but as they would know that we just want to bring this update to our clients, our community, and the broader real estate industry of where we see things with the real estate market update for May and during COVID-19. So Karen said to me, can't believe it's been 4 weeks, a lot's changed. I think a few more grey hairs. I've got a bit of a comb over happening. And
Nails need doing.
And potentially, what was I going to say? And you've learnt some TikTok moves over the last 4 weeks, we'll check them out later. Okay, let's talk real estate. Let's get into it. For the real estate update, thanks for tuning into us. I want to start with, I'm going to go first because you said I talk too much, so I'm going to get my bit out the way so we can focus on rentals as well. I'm going to title my update today Recovery Mode. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say is I just want to read this so I get it right, and then I'll ad-lib a little bit. So it is welcoming to see some restrictions being lifted across Queensland, allowing businesses, including real estate agents, to move back into a recovery mode. On this front, we've turned inspection times and open homes back on under health authority guidelines. This weekend, Richardson Wrench Caboolture, I think we've got about 10 open homes displayed ready for this Saturday already. And we'll continue to move quickly with other parts of our business as the recovery evolves.
That's right.
As we move into recovery, the technological changes. We are live, so can't stop and change. Technological changes that have been adopted during this phase of our business, such as open home tours, virtual tours, other multimedia. I think those changes are going to have a lasting effect on how we operate with our business moving forward. Real estate has always been about personal relationships, and we will continue to be so. But technology will bring in even greater convenience to reach out to our buyers and sellers, landlords, etc. And these tools, which we have adopted by our agents, provide another way of doing business and offer real opportunities in attracting further buyers further afield, whether it be interstate or overseas. At each step of the way over the last four or so weeks, our agents have shown great resilience, innovation, and they've been quick to adapt with the new technologies and the way we're doing business. So I just want to make sure I got that right.
You did. Now,
time to ad-lib. So real estate, what's happening in the market? Is the market going down? Is the market going up? Is it crashing? What's the story, Scott? I think I've been asked a million times the last couple of weeks what's happening with real estate.
Yes.
And all I can really comment is on the information available to us that I've researched prior to today's live. And I've used sources like realestate.com, domain.com, homely.com.au. I've looked at the REIQ, Real Estate Institute of Queensland, I've sort of looked at a lot of resources that we have available, and maybe some of those resources not available to the public, and I've come up with this sort of summary that for us personally in the last 6 weeks, and more so sort of the last 4 or 5 weeks, I came off the last update saying that we were going strong and activity was good with buyers. Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you, Richardson Wrench Caboolture, we've sold 26 houses in the last 6 weeks at a value of about $9 million. So I believe we are now hit a seller's market in the Caboolture region, and what the seller's market means is that we have a low supply of stock, but we have a high demand from buyers. So there's more buyers versus the amount of properties for sale. Now, according to a couple of the websites that I just mentioned and a couple of resources, they're suggesting that our Caboolture region and Moreton Bay region is a balanced market. Well, I tend to say we're in a seller's market because the stats are there. There's more buyers than there are properties for sale, and we're also seeing a reduced days on market. Now, generally across the entire region, Caboolture region and Moreton Bay surrounds. Last update 4 weeks ago, I mentioned about 120 days on market of list to sell. The average for the area is now down to 78 days on market over the last 4 weeks. So again, it's just more proof that properties are selling quicker with bigger buyer interest, and the job's getting done a lot sooner. I also was very conscious, and you and I spoke about this, I was very conscious of announcing or suggesting what our business has done over the last 4 to 6 weeks, because as we know, there's people in the industry and other local businesses that may not survive or come out of COVID. So, you know, we're not heroes. We never have been. We've always been very humble as a family of what results we get. But it is worth noting that during difficult times, we have had a large volume of activity. And I think, again, it's just a testament to our team and what we've produced here at Morayfield Road. And it does give me confidence to speak from a local authority of what business is getting transacted. When I talk about a trusted local authority, when we go through times like this, it's not a time to be a hero. It's not a time to be the slick real estate agent and, you know, I can do the job better than Joe Blow down the road or Ray White, LJ Hooker, whoever it might be. It's not the time to be a hero and promise clients something that you can't deliver on, because as we know, that just builds hope and it builds expectations that when that person doesn't deliver on their promises, it just hurts everyone. It's a domino effect. So when I say local trusted authority or local authority, what I want is for clients or the broader community just to realise that just ask yourself who you're getting your information from. Is it a trusted source, whether it's online with the Real Estate Institute of Queensland, whether it's from a local agent that's proven their worth over 26 years of trading local in the area. Just be confident in where you're getting your information from. And I don't want to say the wrong thing either, but someone that may be new to the industry doesn't have that experience or local knowledge of trading through uncertain times as we have done over the last 20 odd years. So just a comment to clients in the broader community, just be careful of where your information's coming from. I wouldn't listen to the next door neighbour talking about real estate. I'd listen to someone like our family or company. I want to bring some confidence to the market. Now, I titled this Recovery Mode. I want to bring some confidence because the Moreton Bay region, time and time again, I've said it, we are fairly insulated in our region from what happens in New South Wales or Victoria or other states around the nation.
Even Brisbane City.
Even Brisbane City. You know, stats are coming out of Brisbane City market. We just don't compare to them. We are in our own bubble, let's say, of the Moreton Bay region. And the reason I say that is because we've had tough times, we've had good times, but overall there's a consistent level of activity day in, week out, year on year, that the Moreton Bay region has performed well in real estate. And it might be very minimal growth, but it's consistent. Today, 12th of May 2020, currently 83 properties available for rent in the Caboolture region, 320 properties available for sale. The median property price over the last year for houses has been about $345,000, and the average sale price or median price for units in the Caboolture region has been $212,500. If you're looking for an investment property, consider houses in Caboolture rent out for $330 per week on average that you may have spoken about. It might be about $340 now. But let's look at a house in Caboolture, rents out for $330 per week with an annual rental yield of at least a minimum of 5% gross return on that investment. Now, when I mentioned Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, I rest my hat. No one is seeing those sort of returns or yields on investment properties in their areas. So
That's unique.
we're still very affordable, still very unique and structured for investment properties to be invested in well. When I talk about units, we're looking at rental yields of even 6.5, 6.7% on a unit. So even take away body corporate insurance, expenses, etc., there's still a very good net yield for investing in townhouses, units, or something a bit lesser priced than maybe a home.
Awesome.
So an example, I've got a two-storey townhouse at Morayfield at the moment, listed for 227.5, and that comes out about 6.7% gross return. So it's a great pickup, under
Low outlay.
230 grand thereabouts, and you're getting that sort of return. So it's a typical example of what's available in the current market. Caboolture, again, population has doubled every 10 years since the 70s. So we continue to see that migration. We continue to see that growth. Maybe not while the Queensland borders are closed, but yeah, we continue to see that population growth, and things are just stacking up that we're a safe bet in Caboolture region.
Great.
When it comes to investment and real estate. And Caboolture has seen a compound growth rate of about 2.8% for houses over the last 5 years of sale. Now, again, I put all the data together. I reckon we're sitting at about 3% growth in the last 12 months in housing in Caboolture. So it might only be little, but the word or the plus or the growth, it's all positive signs. So for me today, without waffling on, sales have continued. Buyers are out there, they're ready, they're organised, they're pre-qualified with finance, they're ready to jump. We just need stock. We've ran out of stock. I think now, Richardson and Wrench Caboolture, as of today, we're down to 32 homes for sale. We need stock because we've got the buyers ready, and that's not a it's not a G-up, as my dad might say, but it's an indication that we're not talking doom and gloom as of today. And when I talk about recovery, I know there's a long way to go, guys. We're involved in small business in our community. I know there's a lot of people hurting, and maybe things will continue to be slow over the next month or so, but I'm confident that when we talk about the next quarter of July, August, September, we come into spring, summer, once restrictions are easing, which you're going to talk about shortly, the real estate market is going to continue. But if you're waiting to sell, if you're out there thinking, I might wait until COVID's over and then I'll list later on in the year and sell my house at Christmas time, all I'd say is, why are you waiting? Have you got a crystal ball? Because I'd love to see it. Why are you waiting to sell your home? My personal and professional advice at the moment is, if there's buyers in the market, get your house listed now and may not miss out on an opportunity if things change to what we're currently talking about.
Whew.
So that's me. And
Wow,
no
that
more
was full
waffling.
on.
Thanks for the live viewers, but I'm going to pass over to Kaz because let's talk about rentals.
Yep.
And if anyone watches the replay or wants to know anything sales related, obviously.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Take a breath. You can tell passionate, like purely understands the sales market. We talk about what our figures are and what our numbers are, because that's what we know for real. And obviously Scott's a figures person, wants to share that with you. And it's really important to our community. So my part of the business is it's busier in our office today, and that's because last time we spoke we had sort of split our team into a couple of teams to had a Team R and a Team W here only a couple of days a week. And our purpose of that was to protect each other in case anyone did fall sick with the COVID virus. As of Monday, we invited all of our team back. I think there was more than 20 of us in the office yesterday, and the vibe was amazing. Everyone's here, everyone's excited, everyone appreciates their local job that they have. It was good to see each other. There might have been a few snuck in hugs here and there or elbow pumps or something. But it's just nice to be around each other and actually talk via email or, we've implemented so much technology, but nothing replaces the, hi, here I am and this is who I am. So that was amazing about our office. So our Richardson Wrench staff are all back full time and we're on track with everyone being in the office. Now, we did that in accordance with World Health Organisation, and the best thing that the PM released was, in my personal opinion, the stage brackets and the stages that we're going to go through implementing and coming out of the COVID, as Scott said, the recovery. So our business is going to sort of base ourselves around that as well. So this week we've now implemented our staff back here. We're very careful with the 1.5 metre isolation distances between each other. We've just put a copy of it on the screen now, the roadmap to easing the Queensland restrictions. So we're a couple of days early for stage one. We've brought our team back and we're working on our health and hygiene and protecting our staff as well as coming back into the community. The next step we're monitoring is a really big thing for tenants to be aware of is that we have postponed any 3-monthly regular routine inspections as late, and we haven't been intruding on your property. We've been protecting our staff health-wise, and we've been following guidelines that were the amendments to the RRTA Act in relation to inspections. As stage 2 and stage 3 are implemented into Queensland, we will take advice then whether it is safe practice for us to start entering their property again. Now, we'll communicate that with the tenants first. We'll communicate with the owners on our obligation to our owners to do those inspections. At the moment, we're doing drive-by inspections and we're just calling out to tenants that if you have any maintenance to come to us via all the new technological advances and to use our Console app or contact our office via email. So nothing's being left. And the only thing that stopped was the inspections. And we have a plan that we're going to work towards stage 3, which I expect will be mid-July, for us to start implementing those things again. When you talk about open home inspections in real estate, normally you think of the salespeople being out on a Saturday doing an open home for a property for sale with the flags out and all the brochures out ready. Open homes also relate to rental properties as well. So if we have an amazing property for rent, instead of having one person come at 9 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock and one at 11 o'clock, we may make an open viewing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to allow everyone to come and view that property. Scott, do you want to just, for 1 minute he gets, to come back in, would you just remind everyone what those open home inspection allowances that we're just going to be conscious of? So if you do come to one of our open homes, there are a few things that might be different now. So Scott will say...
Yes, so under the current changes as of 1st of May, we can have a maximum of 6 people in the property, and that doesn't include the agents. So basically we'll have our property manager or sales agent and then 5 others people allowed in the building at one time, and that's common sense. Like if there's 10 people turn up to an open home for a rental, let the first couple go in, let the next couple go in, wait 5 or 10 minutes. Like they're not spending an hour in the house. Just be patient, wait outside. When you get the all clear, come on in with the property manager or sales agent. We've got some signs up regarding COVID warnings. Obviously don't attend if you've had COVID symptoms. Disinfectant prior to entering, and basically not touching any surfaces. So we'll have lights on, cupboards open, whatever it is. We'll have all that pre-staged ready for you to view. So basically you're walking in, visually inspecting, collecting the information you need off the property manager for the application or sales agent, and go from there.
Right, ding.
Yep.
That's his minute done. But he was spot on. That's what we need to know. You need to know those kind of things before you come to the open home, so you know our process of what we're going to go through. The other thing, similar to what Scott was just saying about that positivity and the fact that we can give you specific statistics about our office, I also have some for rent, and I'm hopeless at statistics, but this is a really direct guideline to tell you what happened in Caboolture last week. So if you were a tenant looking for a property in Caboolture with us last week, we listed 7 new properties over the week, and our average days vacant are 0.2. So You're not even getting a day vacant. So we're advertising it, we're showing people, we're having it ready for rent, we're getting an application processed, checked, made sure everything's great, and then you're being approved for someone else ready to move in. So that's important for a landlord to know, because I would think during these times, sometimes the landlord one of their biggest fears is having the property vacant at the risk of it being broken into or at the risk of financially losing money. So if I thought the vacancy rate was 0.2, which is a direct statistic from rentvine.com last week, I'd be thinking, that's a good time to have an investment property in Caboolture. Yeah. We currently have 13 properties on our rental list, and they're not coming available over the next 2 weeks. So what I would say to you is, if you're the other side and you're a tenant looking, it is busy. So you're always welcome to contact our office and speak to our leasing agent and say, hey, this is happening to us in the next few weeks. We're looking to move from Gold Coast to Brisbane. Our family are relocating for work, and we're after this kind of property. Can you start looking around for us? Let's build a relationship before you even look at one of our open homes and see if we can direct you into a property that may suit your needs, because these statistics say it's busy. My girls all back on team and on deck now on a Monday. They all say it's busy and it's amazing, So I'm really proud of them doing all those move overs. We wanted to do a thank you, and this might be a group of people that aren't always said thank you to. I think when we first started, we said a thank you to our service workers and our police and our ambulance.
That one.
So we obviously still say thank you very much to our clients in the community and our health service and our emergency workers. But today, my shout out is a thank you to tenants. We've had a lot of tenants that have been in a difficult situation personally, who have reached out to us with really good, honest, raw communication to be able to say, look, this is a position I'm in, how can we work together? And genuinely have been keen to work together from an owner point of view, an agent point of view, and a tenant point of view. And to you, I say thank you, because I know that life might be a bit tough for some people out there at the moment, and I know that people are struggling. And I feel that money troubles are such a heavy burden on people that sometimes you get stuck under this cloud of worry about money and you can't see any daylight. So if you reach out to your property manager and they listen and they communicate with you and they try and direct you to help, sometimes you feel a bit lighter about it. And I know of 2 situations where that has occurred today, and we've been able to direct them in ways that may just take some of that pressure off. So thank you to tenants for working with us, sticking with us, and having that direct communication.
Yep. So I do get to talk again. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, off all your information, because you talk about the low vacancy rate, next to nothing. It's not a tout for business, but what would you say to a landlord that is experiencing communication issues or vacancy issues in the region at the moment?
Okay. Probably say the same thing that our family have been saying for 26 years. Even if you don't have business with us, so you're not paying us any fees, if you are just a landlord with a property that you're privately renting yourself or that you have with another agent and you want some information, ring it, call and ask. Karen George, karen@4510.com.au, or ring the office and ask. We are part of a bigger community, personally as well as professionally. Ring and ask us, because I would love to be able to say to you, okay, don't tell me the street number, just tell me the street and tell me the story, and let me see if I can give you some tips of how you might be able to solve that story. So if an owner rings and says, well, it's been vacant for 3 weeks because I haven't been able to get to QCAT to finalise a tenancy due to rent arrears, I just may be able to give you some tips on, okay, well, have you put in the application? Have you got a warrant of possession? There are processes along the way that sometimes aren't communicated correctly with an agent that just may be absolutely inundated with work at the moment, or may be feeling overwhelmed themselves. We will never, ever say a bad word about another agent in our community because everyone's trying their best. We just may be able to translate the information better to you or find different information.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we're not asking for business. We just want to provide the right information. And it gets back to
That's what you said.
Gets back to that local authority that, I don't want to we don't want to transfer management off someone else. If that happens through the course of helping someone, so be it. But we just want to make sure property owners, sales, rentals, etc., are getting the right information to make informed decisions. That's all we want to do with these live updates and broadcasts.
Completely agree.
So that's about it. Short and sweet today, not half hour. Thanks for those that are watching live, and a couple of people from down New South Wales way as well. So thanks for tuning in, and keep following us. Every now and then I do a few little Facebook updates on my personal page, but I think during COVID and as restrictions ease and hopefully we get back to business in some sort of mode, let's catch up in maybe 3 or 4 weeks' time when there's another update. And in between time, check out our website, www.4510.com.au, or just call us 0754 98 9800, Scott and Karen. And
have a look on our social media page tomorrow. You may find a baby photo of one of our longest standing staff members who may have been in this office when she was maybe 5 hours old. She was born at Caboolture Hospital. That afternoon, I don't know how they let you out of hospital that quickly, but that afternoon she was all wrapped up and came to Morayfield Road with pink balloons out the front and a big sign that said she's a girl and she's beautiful and happy and healthy. And the one thing her mum always wanted for her was to grow up as a very strong, independent, intelligent woman and take after her grandmother. And let me say to you, she takes after both her grandmothers, and she is an extremely strong-willed, beautiful young lady who turns 23 tomorrow.
There you go.
So
happy birthday, Emily Jane George.
To Emily tomorrow. Happy birthday, and wait for the baby photos to be on the Facebook page tomorrow. And Uncle Scott won't embarrass you.
I won't embarrass you. But great update.
So that's tomorrow.
No, great real estate update, sales, rentals, everything up in the region. What we need to focus on is the update tonight on Channel 7 at 7:30. It's a Tiger King
Can I do
story.
it? Can I do it?
You can do it.
Carol Baskin. Hang on, I can't do it. 1, 2, 3, and then a sway, and a boop, and a boop, and a... I don't want to tell you the rest now.
All right, there you go.
Facebook
Live. If you want sales or rentals updates, get in touch with us. If you want to update yourself on the Tiger King, 7:30 on Channel 7 tonight. And I reckon she fed into the lines.
She did.
All right.
Watch it.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.